Welcome back to Historic Coin Empire, the channel where we uncover the hidden stories behind everyday pocket change and explore how ordinary coins can transform into extraordinary treasures. And today we are diving into one of the most fascinating modern penny legends circulating among collectors, the incredible claim that a 2019 Lincoln 1 cent could be worth an astonishing $7 million because of rare mint errors, striking mistakes, unusual production anomalies, and extraordinary circumstances that combine to create a coin so unique that it captures the imagination of the numismatic world. And while at first glance a 2019 cent might seem far too recent and far too common to command such a staggering value, the reality of minting history has shown again and again that even in the modern era of advanced technology, remarkable errors can slip through the cracks at the United States Mint and make their way into circulation, where decades later they can surface as headline-making discoveries. To understand how a 2019 1 cent could possibly reach a valuation of $7 million, we must first understand the coin itself and the context of its production, because by 2019 the Lincoln cent had undergone several design transitions in the previous decade, including the special 2009 bicentennial reverse designs and then the introduction of the Union Shield reverse in 2010, meaning that the 2019 cent features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse paired with the modern Union Shield design on the reverse, a symbol of national unity that replaced the long-running Lincoln Memorial motif. And these design elements are struck onto a copper-plated zinc planchet weighing approximately 2.5 grams, with a thin outer layer of copper bonded to a zinc core, a composition that has been standard since the early 1980s but still presents opportunities for striking and plating errors that can dramatically increase a coin's desirability. In a typical year, billions of 2019 cents are struck across different mint facilities, making most examples worth only face value. Yet rarity in numismatics is not determined solely by mintage numbers, but by the presence of unusual and verifiable mint errors that create a coin unlike any other. And when multiple rare characteristics combine in a single specimen, the resulting uniqueness can push value into extraordinary territory, especially if collectors perceive the coin as a once-in-a-generation discovery. One of the most powerful error types that could elevate a 2019 cent toward the $7 million mark is a dramatic double die, particularly a double die obverse where the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 2019 show strong, clearly separated doubling caused by a misalignment during the die hubbing process, and unlike minor machine doubling which appears flat and shelf-like, true hub doubling results in rounded, distinct secondary impressions that are part of the die itself, meaning every coin struck from that die will display the same dramatic doubling. And if a previously unknown and extremely bold double die were discovered on a 2019 cent, especially from a mint where such varieties are scarce, collectors would immediately recognize its significance. Now imagine that this double die feature is not subtle but obvious even without magnification, perhaps showing thick, split serifs in the lettering and a noticeable shadow-like effect on Lincoln's profile. And then consider the possibility that the same coin is struck on a wrong planchet, such as a blank intended for another denomination or even a foreign coin, resulting in a different weight, diameter, or metallic composition, and wrong planchet errors are among the most visually striking and desirable because they are clear evidence of a breakdown in mint quality control, often resulting in coins that look dramatically different from their intended form. A 2019 cent struck on a dime planchet, for example, would appear smaller and silver in color, and if the strike were strong enough to reveal full design details including the date and mint mark, the coin would represent an extraordinary crossover error, and if such a piece were further found to exhibit bold doubling and additional anomalies, its uniqueness would compound, making it a prime candidate for record-breaking bids at auction. Another possibility lies in transitional metal errors or experimental compositions, and while no official composition change occurred in 2019, history has shown that the mint occasionally tests new materials or processes, and if a 2019 cent were discovered to contain an unusual alloy not consistent with standard copper-plated zinc, confirmed through metallurgical analysis and authenticated by leading grading services, the coin would immediately attract intense interest, particularly if documentation or credible evidence suggested it originated during an experimental production run. Broad strikes and off-center strikes add further layers of intrigue, because a coin struck without the retaining collar can expand beyond its normal diameter, creating a flattened and oversized appearance, and if a 2019 cent were struck 50% off-center while still retaining a fully visible date and mint mark, The dramatic visual effect would be undeniable, and when combined with other errors such as a double die or wrong planchet, the coin's appeal would multiply exponentially. Die breaks and cuds are another category of errors that can transform an ordinary coin into a collectible rarity, because when a portion of the die cracks or breaks away, it leaves raised metal blobs or missing rim segments on the struck coin, and while small die cracks are common, a massive retained cud that significantly alters the shape of the rim or intrudes into Lincoln's portrait or the Union shield could create a one-of-a-kind look, especially if the cud interacts with other design elements in a dramatic fashion. Rotational errors also play a role in enhancing value, as modern coins are expected to have precise alignment between obverse and reverse, and a significant rotation, such as 90 degrees or even 180 degrees, would be unusual and collectible on its own. But when paired with additional major errors, it becomes another piece of the puzzle contributing to a potentially multi-million-dollar valuation. The condition of the coin cannot be overlooked, because even the rarest error commands its highest price when preserved in pristine mint state condition, free of wear and with sharp details and original luster intact. And if a 2019 cent with multiple dramatic errors were graded at the highest levels, perhaps MS69 or even MS70 by a respected grading service, the near perfection of its preservation would amplify its desirability, especially since modern coins are often scrutinized under high magnification for even the tiniest imperfections. Provenance adds another dimension to value, because if the coin were traced back to an original mint-sealed bag, discovered in a bank roll shortly after release, or associated with a notable collector or publicized discovery event, the documented history would strengthen buyer confidence and contribute to competitive bidding, particularly in high-profile auctions where wealthy collectors seek unique trophy pieces. The psychology of the market plays a powerful role as well, because when a story emerges about a humble penny worth $7 million, it captures public imagination and draws attention far beyond traditional numismatic circles, and media coverage can fuel demand, encouraging bidders to see the coin not only as a collectible, but as a cultural phenomenon representing the thrill of discovery and the possibility of hidden wealth. The Lincoln Cent series has one of the largest and most passionate collector bases in American coinage, and new discoveries within the series often generate excitement that spreads rapidly through online forums, coin shows, and publications, amplifying demand and pushing prices to extraordinary heights when the right combination of rarity and publicity converges. Clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the blank is missing due to improper punching from the metal strip, can also add to a coin's uniqueness, especially if the clip is large and clearly displays the characteristic Blakesley effect, confirming its authenticity as a mint error rather than post-mint damage. And if a 2019 cent exhibited multiple clips or an unusually shaped blank combined with other dramatic anomalies, the cumulative rarity would be remarkable. Plating errors specific to copper-plated zinc cents, such as missing plating or extensive bubbling, can create striking visual contrasts between the copper surface and exposed zinc core. And while minor plating issues are common, a large-scale and uniform missing plating error paired with other significant mint mistakes would make the coin stand out dramatically from ordinary examples.